Hello, this is Lee once again to do the second half of my review of Shimmer Volume 43. A few notes. I went back to the digital versatile disc and rewatched a few of the matches. I found myself getting sucked in all over again. That's just how good the show was. Very memorable. Many wonderful matches. Well worth watching again and again. So, there you go. End of review. No, I'll say a few more words. This match, Lufisto versus Mia Svensson, I had to look back up at Mia Svensson. Apparently she is on a bit of a hiatus at this moment from wrestling. She has many other pursuits that she does. She performs in roller derby and does other projects. Her work can be found online. But anyway, Mia Svensson's character in her debut match against Lufisto opened the show, and basically what her character is not an Amazon, that'd be very cliched, but more of a Valkyrie. So anyway, very tall, powerful wrestler. Now Lufisto, her usual style is to act very childish and annoying, and to mock her opponents, and to cheat at times. So Lufisto was in her usual form. There were some callbacks to the old Lufisto, with her uncouth tactics and strange ways, but nevertheless an entertaining match, a good way to start off what was a grueling show. Going back over the matches with Saraya and Brittany Knight, I was reminded of the very extended fight between Brittany Knight and her mother. A bit of a spoiler there, but they're just coming at odds with one another. Of course, Saraya always bad-tempered, always cheating. Brittany Knight always spunky, plucky, mouthing off to the fans, mocking her opponent, toying with the referees, almost to the point of harassment, just acting like a very arrogant but lovable heel. Nevertheless portrayed as an innocent girl who's been misled by her mother, the veteran heel. Anyway, Brittany and Saraya finally come to blows because Brittany finally stands up to her mother's bullying. And at this point, the two of them have to be pulled apart by men from the staff, from the referee, the security, if you will. Of course, I often wonder, where was the security during all these other run-ins and fights and cheating? Normally, Shimmer does a good job of conveying the fact that they do have security, but at times you wonder why it takes them so long. Such is the mystery of wrestling. But anyway, the struggle between the two of them could have been a match in itself. It was so long. It was absurdly long. It was ridiculously long. And so I wonder if they just kept it going because the fans were eating it up. So there you go. Very entertaining, but ridiculous at the same time. Also, in Brittany's match, I was noticing some little things that I'd forgotten about, like the fact that she and Jessie McKay have the longest lockup that I can remember. They just rolled from one end of the ring to the other, around the ropes, over and over. It took forever. So once again, just the absurdity of it. This is something I often witness in the WWE 2K14 video game. Some people, their playing style is almost as if they don't really want to wrestle a match. They just want to try to annoy their opponent. This is sort of the tactic that Brittany Knight does at times. And then she becomes frustrated when her tactics only increase the resolve of her opponent. Then she tries to fight for real. She is unable to win through sheer talent, and so she starts to resort to her mother's teaching with the cheating and the blatant disregard for the rules, and then this leads to her downfall. And of course her mother condemns her for failing to live up to her training, and the rest, as I said, goes on absurdly, but entertainingly. So once again, the other matches on the card really don't need any further comment from me. I would say once again, oh, yes, I almost forgot. This is worth repeating. The no-holds-barred match between Serena Deeb and Portia Perez. Portia Perez dressed like a Peter Pan from the novels. Peter Pan, of course, didn't always wear green, but kind of a leafy, strange outfit. But of course, this would be the evil female version of Peter Pan, if such a thing could exist. Wonderful match. Two very small, unsuspecting characters, nevertheless make us believe that they are in a life and death struggle with one another, a clash, a very personal animosity resolved in violence in the ring. Very convincing. So kudos to these two performers for their skills. The Shimmer Tag Team title match between Yumi Kurihara and Yakomada on one side, and Madison Eagles and Sarah Del Rey on the other. This was worth the price of admission, so to speak, for the show. These two matches together, of course, very highly planned for, much momentum built up, but the actual matches, even by themselves, really draw you in. The talent, the sheer talent in the ring of this tag team match was very impressive. And I think what it did for me is, if you watch the overall trajectory of these matches, the storytelling that happens, even the fact that Shimmer doesn't rely a lot on the backstage promos to drive the story, the matches speak for themselves so much that very little of that is needed, but it is appreciated. Madison Eagles, of course, she came out of nowhere to win the Shimmer Championship and became such an amazing figure as the champion. And at the same time, cheerleader Melissa kept having setback after setback before she was finally able to challenge for the title. But at this point, she is making her way to the top. You can see Nicole Matthews coming behind her, but cheerleader Melissa is trying. And at the same time, in this match, you can see Madison Eagles, as powerful as she is, has a weakness, and she is not unbeatable. So that, I felt, was good storytelling on the part of the Shimmer writing or booking team, and is to be commended. Of course, in the live show, of course, I'm not sure if the fans saw what was happening. I was not there live. I wish I could have been, but there were some great matches on the set. But those two alone were worth it. But of course, there are many other standout matches, as I mentioned. Mercedes Martinez and Athena. Of course, the Brittany Knight matches, mainly because people will be looking to her and say, "Oh, that's the girl that went to WWE." But even at this time, I think her character was very over the top, much like her mother's. Just very standout character, with her showboating and yelling and screaming and cheating. I think a lot of wrestlers rely very much going on the TV model of the looks and not so much the character. And I think even though someone like Brittany Knight is very attractive, she is able to project a character that is larger than life, bigger than her size, and able to captivate the fans. So, very good. Even at this early stage, before most American fans knew who she was. So, there you go. So, overall, I would say this was a great show, a great companion to Volume 41 and 42, and sets the stage perfectly, I think, for the grand finale, Volume 44, which I will cover in my future review to wrap up the greatest Shimmer weekend of all time. Thank you for your time, for listening, and I enjoy these reviews. I hope you do too, and I'll be putting out the next one as soon as I can. Thank you very much. Goodbye.